Oh hi, I'm a hoodlum, a hooligan, a regular thug. I am a delinquent. I am a desperado, not a despacito, a regular yardbird. In short, I'm a criminal. I never thought I would stoop this low, but I'm just a no-good punk. Now this takes a bit of explaining, so stick with me, but it all starts with this book. It's called The End of the World, and it's the other book written about the Trump presidency. No, it's not. This is about aliens attacking, so this is much more believable. It really is about aliens attacking, but this is an instruction manual about how to run a role-playing game called The End of the World. There's a few other scenarios, but I thought that a good old-fashioned alien invasion was a need for a comeback. What's unique about this role-playing game is that it's designed to be played in one short session instead of over weeks, months, or years. Also, you're role-playing as yourself. So what that means is that I would be role-playing as Kyle Marshall, and I would have to explain what I would do if aliens were to attack. Probably eat an entire bag of potato chips and finish that musical that I've been writing. Listen, the new overlords are gonna need to be entertained, okay? And I do a mean jazz square. I've gotten more and more obsessed with podcasts that are people role-playing these games. I specifically like the ones that focus on building a great story. The Adventure Zone is of course my favorite, but there's other ones out there as well, like The Glass Cannon or Critical Role. However, I just don't have the time to devote myself to a D&D campaign. I needed something shorter, and I'm pretentious enough to think that I could be the games master. Mostly because I've sunk a lot of money into monogram t-shirts that say KMGM. It's just so much wasted money.
Ouch.
So I finally convinced some people to be my test subjects. My friend Leaf, spelled like the things on trees, and boy do I wish I was joking about that, offered up his house to where we would meet. So I pick up Isaac at his place, and I punch in Leaf's address into my GPS, and away we go. I know Leaf's house very, very well. I've been invited multiple times, back when I did have time to be part of a regular D&D group. I've been to barbecues, birthdays, and even Tupperware events. We pull up, I grab the book and the snacks that I brought, we go up the stairs, we knock on the door, and we wait. So some of you may have jumped ahead in the story a little bit, but I assure you, you're going to get so very much more uncomfortable in a moment. There's no answer at the door. I peer through the glass at the top of the door, there's nobody inside, but the lights are on, there's some knickknacks spread out on the kitchen table. We knock again. I need to remind you that Leaf and I are very good friends. This isn't some rando that I just met on the street the other day. He wasn't answering his door, so I tried the door handle. The door was unlocked, so we went inside. We then rolled our dice, critical failed, and died. At least, I kind of wish that's what happened. The inside looked different. Furniture was not in the same place as it had been before. There was different pictures up on the wall, but maybe they'd remodeled. It's been a couple years since I'd been there. We look through the window into the backyard, and there, staring wide-eyed back at us, is this young girl. We wave, she waves back. Sometimes Leaf has over family members, but this is starting to feel weird. I recheck the address on my phone. I go back to the front door and look at the house number. Yes, we are in the right house. So I text Leaf and I say, nobody's here and I feel like I'm trespassing. He responds, you are trespassing. Yes. He texts like a teenager who just got his first phone. He follows up by texting, because you're not in our house. Stomach drops, panic sets in. Isaac, we need to go. I didn't even put on my shoes properly. I just got out as fast as I could, out into the snow with my sock feet. Unbeknownst to me, Leaf had texted me his new address while I'd been driving. Now, I was at the house that Leaf used to live in, but I had just walked into a complete stranger's house and terrified a young teenage girl. The lucky part about this is that Leaf rents that house out. Those are his tenants. So when we arrived to his real house, I made sure that he texted them to let them know that the wet bandits were just clueless dorks. We eventually did arrive at Leaf's real home, but nothing then happened that night. Not the houses blowing up, the arrow through the head, or the massive human casualties that I concocted for this game. Nothing was quite so as harrowing as me accidentally breaking and entering into a complete stranger's house. So let me know what you think. Have you ever done anything this embarrassing? How have you dealt with it? Did you just move away and never come back? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kyle. I upload every Monday and Thursday. You might have heard some of the YouTube drama that came out this week, so if you really want to help support me the most, yes, like, comment, and subscribe, but also tell other people about this channel, share it with them, do all that good stuff. The most you can help out too is by going over to my Patreon page, and for as little as $1 a month, you can help support and make this channel grow. And yes, I know that it wasn't actually breaking and entering as much as it was just entering, but the real crime were those choice of drapes. I mean, come on.